Today we will be reading Last Stop on Market Street. Now, has anyone ever rode a city bus?
No. Wait.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you like to explain the city bus for everyone? It's fun. Does any... Yes?
It makes a ding sound.
It makes a ding sound. Does anybody know what the bus is for?
To get around places where people need to go.
To get around places that need to go. I think that's a very good definition. So, if you look on the cover, what do you see?
A
Bus. Does anybody know why there's a bus? Anybody have any predictions? Anyone that... Yes.
Because the story is about a bus.
The story's about a bus. I think you're right. Does anybody have a prediction on why we're reading a story on a bus?
It's a dang because it's like
There's a bus on. It's the last stop on Market Street. Yes, it is. What about right here? What do you think they're about to do? Get on the bus. You see all the cool people on the bus?
There's
I think they're in for an adventure. There is an alligator.
Or a dragon. I think it's dragon fight.
Why do you think there's an alligator on it? Or a dragon?
Because the dragon doesn't like people.
The dragon doesn't like people, yes.
It represents the city or state.
It represents the city or state. I think you're thinking big. So, before we start, we just need to go over a few vocab words. Vibrant. Does anybody know what vibrant means? Someone? Yes.
It's like the vibrations through your body.
The vibrations through your body. I can see how you got to that, but no. Yes. The way the bus moves. Not quite. Vibrant basically means something is bright or striking. So I think your jacket is very vibrant. It's very bright. Now, graffiti. Does anybody know what graffiti means? Yes.
Like paint on a place that it's not supposed to be.
Yes. It's either a writing or drawing on a public building where it's not supposed to be. SAG. Does anybody know what SAG means? No one? Oh, yes. It's a what? I think you were kind of there. Yes. Yes, boys do sag their pants. Sag basically means something being lowered. So, yeah, your pants are sagging. They shouldn't be sagging. Freckle. Does anybody know what freckle means? Yes.
Little dots on your face.
Little dots on your face. That is correct, but in this instance, we're going to think about it as something that has dots covering an object. And larch. Does anybody know what larch means?
Arch?
Not arch, larch. It kind of means to come to a sudden stop, unsteady, like you're going like this. Yes, it has happened on a bus. Right, so now that you have your vocabs, yeah.
Like when people slam on the radio.
Oh yeah, that's, does anybody hear him?
No.
That's a great, will you repeat it for everyone?
Like when the bus driver slams on the brakes, like because there's like a dog running across the street, you go what?
So we're going to start reading if everybody wants to face.
But you go
the
what?
lovely teacher here.
Hi. I am here right now. We're going to have 4 different teachers today. Okay, so I'm going to start reading this, and while I'm reading this, while I'm reading this, why don't you guys try to pay attention to the illustrations that are in the book, because it's really colorful, okay? So, last stop on Market Street. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus in all this wet?" "Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw a straw. Can anybody tell me how they think CJ's feeling right now? How do you think the little boy is feeling right now? He's feeling what? Sad is happy? What exactly does that mean? You think he's feeling sad and happy? He's sad and happy at the same time. He could be. He could be. From the illustrations, do you think there's anything else that he's feeling? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think he's feeling a little bit disappointed too. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on the flower petals, watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?"
Because they're poor. They're probably poor. You don't have enough money.
Yeah, maybe. "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. So did you guys notice the word sagged? Do you all remember what it means?
Boys can sag their pants.
Yeah.
Like but they were talking about the doors.
Yeah, something that's lower than it's supposed to be. So the bus sagged, meaning it lowered for people to be able to step onto the bus. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
"What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed, her deep laugh, and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. A man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curls had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a good afternoon. She made sure CJ did the same. The bus lurched forward and stopped. Lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ asked. "Miguel and Colby never have to go nowhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They never get a chance to meet Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. So now at this point in the story, how do you think CJ's feeling? I think he's feeling sad,
Oh, mad
a little mad. Why do you think that?
that they may not have enough money to buy a bike or something.
Maybe. That's a good observation. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. "Some people watch the world with their ears." "That's a fact. Their noses, too," the man said, sniffing at the air. "That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am." Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in back. "Sure wish I had one of those," he said. Nana set down her knitting. "For what? You got the real live thing sitting across from me. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song?" CJ didn't have to. The guitar player played. The guitar player was already plucking strings and beginning to sing. "To feel the magic of music," the blind man whispered. "I like to close my eyes." Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus, out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies, dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. You think he's feeling happy now? What do you think? Relaxed? That's a good one. Makes me feel relaxed when I'm reading it. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in the back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful.
And they were graffiti.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about that. What in this picture do you see that connects to graffiti?
They have, it says Basil Lodge and one windows on
Yeah,
the
yeah, very good. So that's a good representation of what graffiti is.
And also there's some on that door right there.
Yeah, there is. There is. So there's lots of graffiti in here.
I put right on the door.
CJ saw the perfect rainbow arching over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never even thought to look. He looked all around them again, at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit upright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, "I'm glad we came." He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, "Me too, CJ. Now come on." And that is the end of the book.
Did you guys like it? Alright, so now that we've asked you this,
I saw a rainbow that kind of towards the end.
in the last picture you saw a rainbow?
One of the last.
This one?
Yep, right in
The big one in the back?
there.
And then it comes around. Goes behind the buildings?
Yep.
Alright, so we stopped and asked a couple times throughout the story how CJ feels. How do you guys think he feels at the end of the book? Here's a picture I can represent it.
Soon. Happy.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, he does, yes. Relaxed, yeah, I agree. He seems very happy towards the end of the book. What did you guys think of CJ's grandma and Nana throughout the book? Yes. She's nice. Let's see if we can find some pictures. Do you guys notice something in every picture of her? She's always smiling. Anyone else have any opinion on the Nana? She is. She's always comforting CJ. So what's something you guys learned from the book? Anyone learn anything from the book?
I learned the new words.
The new words. Yes. What? Alright. Does anyone know what the word theme means? You? Yes. Yeah, kind of like the message of the story is telling. So can anyone tell me what the theme is of this book?
It's about a book. Or not about a book. Bus.
About a bus. But what do you think they're trying to tell you? Here's a picture that can represent it. At the end of the story, throughout the story, you read about CJ. He's feeling different things throughout the book. What do you think that message is they're trying to tell you? Yes. Yeah, so they're kind of trying to tell you that like you can find beauty in unlikely places. So like CJ was kind of upset about riding the bus, and in the end he was happy about it because his Nana showed him all the beautiful things about it. Does anybody have any questions? No, we're not. That's it.
Well, thanks for letting us read to you. It was fun.